Alright guys, it is now time for part number 2 of our third episode on our walkthrough of Ncis for the Wii. Here's the case once again. We unfortunately don't have Cody anymore. I guess his phone died. Maybe we'll try to get him back very soon. But let's just go ahead and continue. We left off after we started investigating this facility. Sorry for that. There we go. Just put my phone back on my charger.
It leads to a basement. Let's see what's inside. Let's go down.
So now we're going to go down and investigate the basement.
Handcuffs. I got it. Shackles. Piece of cake.
So now we're done with the basement.
Let's go back up. Oh, that is gross. There's snot all over the inside of this bag. I got it. A baseball bat? That's just gross. The door's locked. How do we get it open?
We need to find out what is on the other side of this door. Give me a hand getting it open.
Sure, Ziba. This looks like a gallows.
This is creepy.
I should take a picture of that, but it's too far away.
Just setting up our new objectives here. Let's go over here and take some more pictures.
A claw hammer. I got it. That's a car battery. Perfect. These look like torture instruments. Piece of cake.
Torture chair.
This looks like a torture chair. What's that?
There seems to be minute blood trails around the chair and several of the walls. These could be indicative of forced injections. You might want to keep your eyes open for syringes or serum vials.
Sure, Ducky, I'm on it. How am I gonna get up there? That hole's too high to climb through. If only I could get up there. How am I gonna get up there?
Duck is going to help us move this table.
What do you hope to gain by moving this?
Trust me, Duckmeister.
There we go.
This seems like it's the right height.
I am no longer a young man. I don't think I could climb that far. You are going to have to do it.
These look like something out of a medieval torture chamber. I should look for more.
Tony, don't keep us in suspense. Please, let us in.
Tony, Are you in there? Are you all right?
I'm coming. Hold on. And presto, the door is unlocked.
Alright, time to take more pictures. Oops.
Hey, here's a safe. Time to crack this baby. Bingo.
Here's one of the vials.
A vial. That's no dentist chair. Let's see what else we could find. The toilet tank. Good place to hide stuff.
So now we gotta move this in order to get up to that toilet tank.
Almost got it. There's something in the toilet. And here's another vial, though whatever was inside doesn't appear to be the same as in the others.
And we're just gonna do one last thing.
I can see the road clearly now. I should take a picture. Perfect.
And we are done with the facility.
Boss, this place is straight out of a horror movie. Someone was torturing people here.
Now maybe this will give us the leverage to examine Husker's body. Get back to the base.
Alright. Time for a quick cutscene.
Doing better today. I'm already on number 3.
Good for you. Doc, autopsy. You started?
Will they allow me to see the body yet?
Vance is pulling the strings right now. Go get ready.
All right, I'm on my way.
Wait, how many cups has he had?
I cannot say for certain, though I believe he has just finished number 4.
We are almost done with the episode. Now let's do an autopsy on Captain Husker. That was weird.
What do you have to tell us today, young man? The victim has telltale signs of early-stage thyroid cancer. Dead men really do most likely caused by repeated exposure. You just have to know how radioactive material. It wasn't, but despite the evidence, it was not the blow to the head that killed the poor man. His ultimate demise was cardiac arrest.
His tattoo.
This particular choice in body art is not something I have come across before. Of course, many sailors have some sort of tattoo on their bodies, and this one has elements that remind one of many other U.S. naval-inspired self-brand. Our captain obviously suffered massive head trauma. There are bruises and telltale wounds on his skull that suggest he was bludgeoned by a heavy object. The suspicious needle entrance on the man's back makes me think there is something
So we gotta cause a death.
we're missing. I'm going to say the cancer we found is consistent with what
Sorry,
you
I'm
told me
skipping
about his
Ducky's
mission history. But
sentences. He
cardiac
just
arrest,
says a lot
especially
when
for
you're
a man
doing
of the captain's
autopsy.
relatively young age and high level of fitness, is quite unusual. I've sent samples of his blood to Abby for testing.
Keep up the good work, Duck.
All right, back to Abby. I'm gonna find the chemical again.
The substance in Husker's blood is succinylcholine. In small doses, it is used to induce muscle relaxation.
There's poison
In
in
larger
the blood.
doses, it can be lethal. It's Abby. I just finished the tests on Captain Husker's blood. I found high levels of a toxin known as succinylcholine. In much smaller doses, it's used as a muscle relaxer, commonly used to induce paralysis for tracheal surgery.
All right, let's do another deduction board.
All right.
Let's see what we can find.
What does that mean, Abs?
He was poisoned to death.
Just what I thought.
That's how he was killed. Oh yeah.
Husker's cause of death was definitely poison, not blunt force trauma or cardiac arrest. This was premeditated, cold-blooded murder.
Now we just need to know why.
I'm way ahead of you, working on the evidence you sent me now.
All right. Here's the hammer.
Gotcha, you little bugger.
Now let's match the fingerprint. There it is.
The fingerprints on these instruments belong to Captain Husker. Captain Husker was into something more than a little bondage. He was into full-on torture.
Enough of the vial. There we go.
The substance in this vial is sodium pentothal, truth serum. Fingerprints can tell a lot of stories. These are going to tell us who our killer is.
So we got our last fingerprint. Let's match this one. Hold on. There we go.
Why would Dr. Marks be at the torture facility?
Aha, Dr. Marks. Dr. Marks' fingerprint matched the second vial.
The substance in this vial is succinylcholine, a highly toxic poison. Why does it not surprise me to find traces of a rare poison twice in one day? Gibbs, I found the same rare poison that killed Captain Husker in one of the vials from the torture facility. Those two are a long way apart. How did it get to both places?
Deduction board.
Alright, one more deduction board.
Let's see what we can find.
Why don't you explain it to me, Abs?
Found what
AJ
we were
Husker
looking
was
for.
torturing people. And we're done with Abby.
So now it's clear. Husker was torturing people for information, and Dr. Marks was somehow involved. Then something went wrong between the two of them, and she poisoned him. Worried she'd get caught, she tried to frame the acting CO, Commander Pramus.
She's probably long gone by now. McGee, need to find the doctor.
I'm already on it.
McGee? How long have you been on the line?
I'm always on the line.
Alright, as McGee would say, time to make some magic by locating Dr. Marks's vehicle. Let's get her.
Target is proceeding on course. Target headed east. Heading 09.
We're right on top of you now, and in just
So
a
this
few
one's
moments
kinda
you'll
hard,
be caught.
Copy that. Target is outbound. We have a visual. Target on course to be intercepted. Target.
You might be fast, but my satellite goes 7.56 kilometers per second. Try to outrun that.
Bravo 9. Target on course to be intercepted. Copy that. Target is outbound. We have a visual. Target headed east. Heading 09.
We got her! Wow, that wasn't as hard as I thought.
We got her, boss. The base guards are bringing her to you.
Alright, let's interview Dr. Marks. Here we go.
Welcome back, Doctor.
I'm not telling you anything.
We know what you were doing out there, in that blood-stained concrete torture box.
You don't know anything.
As doctors, we took an oath to protect human life and limit suffering. I understand that sometimes those two goals conflict with each other.
You have no idea what you're talking about. This is a war zone, Dr. Mallard, not some comfortable morgue in Washington, D.C. Things work differently here.
I have spent more than my fair share of time in a war zone, Dr. Marks, and I once watched a man tortured to the brink of death repeatedly. It was my job to keep him alive so that his tormentor could extend his suffering. I refused and instead ended his suffering and his life. Much as I suspect you did for the victims out at that dreadful facility.
You have your facts wrong.
Why don't you correct me then?
I am a doctor. I save lives and end suffering. End of story.
You were torturing people at that warehouse.
No, never.
That's not good enough.
I would never intentionally inflict suffering on another human being. I'm not a torturer, Agent Gibbs.
Liar. Husker was torturing people.
Saw the inside of your warehouse. We know what you and Husker were doing out there.
He ordered me. He made me inject them with sodium pentothal so they wouldn't resist his questions. Then he ordered me to nurse them back to health, just as Dr. Mallard described from his own experiences. He wanted to extend their pain. But I never tortured anyone. It was always Captain Husker. I did as I was ordered. I eased their pain, reduced their suffering as best I could.
Who were these people?
Iraqi civilians, mostly.
Need something more specific.
They were all Iraqi civilians. People he picked up off the street who he suspected as having ties to terrorists.
So you killed them.
I tried to help them.
Help them?
I didn't kill them. I did as I was ordered. I eased their pain, reduced their suffering as best I could.
Liar.
We also found the succinylcholine.
No, it's not something... he was inflicting terrible, unspeakable things. I couldn't let him keep doing that. Not to anyone. So I injected the succinylcholine instead of the sodium pentothal.
But he found out.
Yeah, he did.
So you killed him, too?
Yes, he found out, but no, I didn't kill him.
But that was part of his cause of death.
Your autopsy proved that the commander was killed by a lethal injection of succinylcholine. You injected him. As he was dying, you hit him over the head to finish him off.
It wasn't like that. When he found out, he threatened me. Asked me if I wanted to trade places with one of the victims. I was scared. He came at me. I already had a syringe, so I injected him, but he was strong. He fought back.
We got her. Last cutscene.
What's the matter, Tony?
Oh, caffeine crash. I don't know how the Gibbs man does it, but if coffee is his secret weapon, count me out. I mean, I like coffee as much as the next guy, but Gibbs is inhuman.
How much did you lose by?
It doesn't matter how many more he drank than me, okay?
A lot. A whole lot.
Like you're one to talk. You don't even drink real coffee, just that little soft drink. I'd like to see you try to switch to a real man's brew. Then we'll see who's laughing.
You know, Tony, there's actually more caffeine in Caffeine per ounce than in your typical cup of coffee. In fact, even with the latest coffee brewing technology, there is no way, either physical or chemical, to squeeze that much caffeine out of a coffee bean.
You'd have to artificially add caffeine to reach the same levels, and that's not even counting the ginseng, vitamin B, and other stimulants in Caffeine.
Very nice, McGee.
So what are you saying?
They're saying you're the only one who can't hang with the boss.
And that is it for episode number 3, and the final episode of this walkthrough is coming up next. Stay tuned.